Hi everyone, it's Pete here from the Pain Toolkit. Hope everybody's well. And we're going to do, well, we did the other week, I did a 5-question interview with Richmond Stace, the pain coach. And we asked for people to send in some questions. And a young lady called Kate Anderson, she sent us a question over the weekend. And, oh, by the way, good afternoon to you, Rich.
Hello.
Sorry, mate. I'll get carried away with all this TV.
Same headphones. No, it's not my hair. Headphones.
Yeah, if you're wondering, today is a pretty lousy day, guys, in Essex, and I guess you're in London, so I'm taking it. Are you in London?
Yes, well, just outside. Yeah.
Just outside London, and I'll take it the weather's pretty naff there as well.
It's always sunny here.
Oh yeah, right. So Kate's question is. Quite a long one, so I'm going to have to take the time reading it. What advice can you give to those who have spent a number of years using desensitisation techniques such as mindfulness, creative safety, visualisation, sensory work, emotional therapy, etc., but still find they have not successfully rewired their pain?
Okay. No, that's a good question. You know, some people will say that. They'll say, "Oh, I've tried all these different techniques," and of course there are many options. But yes, I still have pain, and a lot of it comes down to how they're defining success for themselves, and also the what I call the know-how, because we can try things, but do we really engage with it, and do we understand it, or are we really using it in the best way? For me, in my own particular way. And the analogy I give there is simply this, that, you know, my wife could buy me the most amazing drill and say, here we go, here's your amazing drill, and I want you to hang some pictures. And so I go around the house with my amazing drill, and I'm still making massive holes in the wall because I don't really know how to use it. I know that I kind of put it there, and then I press this button and it goes, and then I make a big hole. So the know-how is key. Now, some people might say, well, I know all these things. I've had a lot of training and with a therapist, and we went through it and such like. But I still have pain. So there's something that's holding up. Now, if we just go in very briefly into the basics of pain, pain is really all about protection and survival. And if you're having persistent pain, it's because you're stuck in this state of protect. And pain is very much part of that. So you've got to look at all the reasons in your life why you might still be in a protect state a significant amount of time, or enough time where you're going to be feeling pain in your body. And of course, pain is very distracting, and it grabs your attention, and you're compelled to do something about it. It's a motivator. That's its purpose, is to motivate you to take action, to do something about it. So ultimately, you know, this is a very general answer, because each person will have, you know, their own story, which we would have to dig into. But ultimately, you've got to look at, well, what are the reasons? What's holding me back here? And usually it's the fear of this, it's the fear of that, it's some conditioned belief. Just like anything, where someone isn't getting the success that they want, there's something holding them back. And part of my job as a physio and a pain coach is to establish, well, what is it that's holding this person back from achieving what they want to achieve? And then we work out how to get there. So you clarify that picture of success, then you work backwards to establish the steps to take, and then off you go. You're encouraged and inspired to take those steps. And as we've said in a previous video, you know, it's not a quick fix. This is part of your life. If you're in pain, you embrace that part of your life as a chance to develop and grow and to overcome the problem, but to live the best possible life that you can.
Rich, can I ask you a question? Because I'm looking at Kate's question again, and it seems to me, when I first read that over the weekend and reading it again now, it seems like Kate's tried quite a few things, like mindfulness. I'm not sure about creating safety. I'm not okay with that. But visualisation, sensory work, emotional therapy, etc. Sounds like she's tried a lot of things already. But is it stuff that she needs? Is that? I'm just asking a question, really. Is that stuff she needs to still keep researching on? Getting more information about those skills, or does she need to look at other avenues to help her with her pain?
No, there's some good stuff there. I mean, for example, mindfulness is something that's practiced by many people for different reasons. I think understanding mindfulness is key. It's, you know, it's not a commodity. It's something that comes from a philosophy, an Eastern philosophy. There's a couple of things we know that it can benefit with. One is focus. The other is reducing emotional hijack. The rest of it, the data is not so good on. But you know, we'll understand more and more about the effects as time goes on. So, you know, to practice mindfulness is about being present and to gain insight into the way that you work and to be able to sharpen your mind. So in other words, learn to use your mind rather than let your mind use you or control you. And that's very, very important, particularly with pain, but for any challenge in life. Whatever it is you want to achieve, being able to focus is important, and being able to focus is a skill of being well. We know that now. Some of the other techniques, desensitizing, there's many ways of desensitizing, from touch to movement to exposing yourself to different situations, knowing that you're safe to do so. And again, that's something that you learn the principles of, and then you apply in your life. And that's no different to overcoming a fear of spiders or flying, where you expose yourself to a particular stimulus and you'll have a reaction, but you roll with that reaction. You learn how to process it and use that energy to transform it into something else. And the only way we can transform something into something else, something better for us, is actually by having the experience, not by trying to distract or avoid. And of course, we have this tendency to avoid things rather than try and transform them, whatever that may be in life. And we'll try and meet our needs, and we'll meet our needs with things that give us that quick fix, that quick relief. And that might be a glass of wine or a cigarette or a pill, but that doesn't teach you anything. It doesn't teach you how to overcome the problem. It doesn't teach you how to transform what's happening into something better. So again, it's going back to the question and the different things. People will try different things, and they sort of jumped around from one to the other is another question. How much time have they spent? Do they really understand, you know, how they can do it in the best possible way for them? So these would be the types of questions I would ask.
Rich, this is how I've seen it, how I look at it, I suppose. And I'm just a simple guy. Is that I always look at it, pain is like fingerprint, you know. We've all got fingerprints and they're all different. And the thing is, I was explaining to this group last week up in the northeast that what may work for me may not work for them. But it's about finding out what they need to help them self-manage their pain. But they may have to do a bit of investigating. So it may have to find out some about mindfulness and the stretching exercising work. There's I'll tell you what the American Pain Association, they do a great video about, they talk about this going and like living with pain is like living with driving along a car with 4 flat tires. And the thing is with pain management is finding out what air do you need to put in your tires so that you have a smoother ride through life. And you may have to put like some mindfulness air in one tire, some stretching exercise in there, and stretching exercise in there another tire, relaxation another tire, etc. But it's about that journey, that searching. Not to go therapy shopping, doctor shopping. I'm not suggesting that, but it's with the help of a pain coach or a healthcare professional, is finding out discover what air do you need to put in each of your tyres. The thing is, it's not about getting that. Putting the air is not going to get rid of the pain, but I will say because the tyres are inflated, you have a smoother ride through life. You know, so when you hit the bumps and whatever. What do you think to that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good in that analogy. I'd say that, you know, we have a certain amount of capacity, if you like. I can be aware of a certain amount. And if that capacity is full of pain and thoughts about pain, that creates, you know, a huge amount of suffering, of course. You know, what we focus on governs how we feel. So learning how to fill your capacity with other things, other states like love and passion and joy, determination, compassion and self-compassion, you can find that the way that you feel is very, very different. And at the end of the day, you know, how we feel and how we experience ourselves is down to our chemistry and our physiological state. And we can change that in a number of ways. We can change it by moving, we can change our focus, we can change our breathing, we can change our environment, you know, all of these things. And it's about doing that. And so we'll choose things that we think are going to work for us. we have we make an assumption and we think, yeah, that's going to work for me. And it may or may not, but we've made a decision. You take action. Nothing's going to happen without taking action. When you take action, you measure it. Right, is that getting me a result or not? Okay, well, I'll try it again or not. And so you make your decisions and you just commit to that overall path with the purpose of living the best life. And again, it comes back to that model of success, having a really clear picture of what that looks like and heading towards it. Now, just to sort of qualify that, because I think it's important, some people will say, well, yeah, but I've got this picture of success where, you know, I'm not in pain and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. What if it never happens? Well, it never will if you take that approach. So we can choose our approach. And it's very important that people feel empowered by the fact that they can make choices and decisions and feel independent in doing so. And obviously myself as a physio and a pain coach and many other great clinicians are there to inspire and to encourage and help people understand. And I think that the start point is always that understanding of pain. That would be the pump, actually, for your analogy. You know, without the pump, you can't pump up the tires. So you need that understanding. You need to know what pain is all about, that it's a very poor indicator of what's going on in the tissues. It's a very good indicator of your state as a whole person in your life.
Rich, I think we'll hold it there because I don't want to overdo it with the answer and whatnot. Kate, if you're watching, I hope that what we've been discussing here today has been useful. If it hasn't, come back to us. You know, we're always, you know, open to, you know, if we haven't explained it fully or anything in there you're not quite sure about, come back to us. Anybody really. But the thing is, we're going to do loads of videos between myself and Rich. So if you've got a question that you would like me to ask Rich, and we can have a little bit of a conversation about, the feedback we've been getting so far from these videos is that people find them useful, both people with pain and also healthcare professionals. So whether you're a healthcare professional or a person living with persistent pain, they just drop me a line at www.paintoolkit/contact. It's on the website, and just drop me a line, or on Twitter or Facebook, whatever is convenient for you, and then we'll organise another video to answer any questions. So Rich, I'd like to say thanks very much for being available today. I know you're a busy guy and etc. with all your pain coaching business and whatnot, all the stuff that you do. And we'll see each other again on another video. So this afternoon. Take care.
Cheerio.